In the Miller Time segment tonight, we missed the sage of Southern California for 2 weeks as he was on a journey to Iceland and Scandinavia. He returned to the USA just in time to hear this.
One of the things that preceded the failure of the nation state of Syria and the rise of ISIS was the effect of climate change and the mega drought that affected that region, wiped out farmers, drove people to cities, created a humanitarian crisis that created the symptoms, or rather the conditions of extreme poverty that has led now to the rise of ISIL and this extreme violence.
All right, it's always been extreme poverty in the Middle East, always, even when the dinosaurs were around. Joining us now from Santa Barbara, Dennis Miller. You and O'Malley are buddies, right?
You could see O'Malley didn't even believe that crap as he talked about it. What a waste of an apostrophe Martin Malley is. You know, after he gets whomped in this presidential race, he can start his own cable show called the O'Malley Non-Factor. Listen, all that happened here is, as I'm away, I read that this guy had to apologize for, instead of saying, Black Lives Matter, he said all lives matter. And they got on him about that.
Yeah, the net roots.
Well, imagine that. He has to apologize for this. This guy, to say he is spineless is an insult to scoliotic jellyfish, for God's sakes. Now he's going to have to say everything crazy they send him over the fax machine, Billy, because he stepped in it there. So he's going to blame it on so I think global warming is an effective tool in the war on terror, because it's 120 degrees over in Nutstown to begin with. If it goes up 20 degrees, they're all Kingsford briquettes. I'm still saving money on sweaters over here. So I like global warming in the war on terror.
Okay. All right, so give us your itinerary on your vacation.
Well, listen, first off, I avoided Martin O'Malley. No, I started off in Iceland, Billy, and, my tour guide told me, and I was intrigued to find out that 63% of the people in Iceland believe in gnomes. And I thought that was amazing. You know, when somebody disappears over there, they say he went with the gnomes. So I went out for a walk one day just to test the theory out into the lava fields, and I ran across a little gnome, and his local name was Jasa Aquas, which I think translates out, if I'm not mistaken in English, to Jesse Waters. So I run across this gnome called Jesse Waters. I think we have a picture of it. Yeah, there he is. Looks like Burt Reynolds in the Cosmo issue. And I said to him, listen, I'd like to go live with the gnomes. People are idiots right now. And he said, you can only come live with the gnomes if you answer me one question. I said, go ahead, shoot, I'm open. He said, why would your country side with Iran over Israel? I said, I can't answer that. He said, you can't come live with us. So that was my story in Iceland.
Gnomes are superstitious. That they live underground in Iceland, and some of them are good and some of them are not. Now, from Iceland, you go to Scandinavia, you go to Norway and Sweden, right?
Oh, a lot of furor in Norway. Evidently, there's a local businessman turned politician over there called Donald Trump, who said that the Vikings were wusses, and it hit the fan, Billy. You can't believe it.
The local guy. Does he have the hair coming forward?
No, he had a little glacier. He had a little follicular glacier. It was just sliding down his head. His name was Donald Trump.
And the Vikings are wimps, right?
The Vikings are wusses. So he wouldn't apologize, though. Now, listen, the people over there are so lovely and nice. I'm in the middle of this train going down this mountain to a fjord. Billy, you've been there. You know how beautiful it is. I'm thinking,
gorgeous.
God, this is such different rhythms here. I could just drop off the grid and live here. Bam! All of a sudden, I got an American guy from Chicago who wouldn't shut up for like 2.5 hours. He was a labor organizer. He looked like an older Ernest Hemingway. I told my son, my nickname for him is Almost Hemingway, because the twist is everybody around him wanted to blow their head off. He just wouldn't shut up. And I remember thinking, as I watched this cat, I thought, man, the American thing can beat you down once in a while, because we're so pleased with everything we say. People over there just zip it for a while. Even me, I got over there, I shut up for a while. But as I watch people, Billy, have you done any people watching lately? It is terrifying what's out there right now. Everybody's walking around stunned, mouth breathing, crazy. Absolutely, people, they're all individuals, but they're all nuts. To me, people are like snowflakes in in that I wish a lot of them, quite frankly, would melt and go away.
All right. Now, we must say that Norway and the fjords and the western part of that state, absolutely beautiful. Scandinavia, very mellow people. They can't come out of the house only in the summer, so they're happy to be out because it's global warming hasn't hit up there.
Those 6 months nights.
That's right. Stays light.
Waka, 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 boom, boom, boom.
A lot of beverages.
Waka, waka, waka.
A lot of beverages consumed in the land of the midnight sun as well.
I'm sure.
I know you know, Miller. All right, there's Miller, everybody.
It's like Ambien meets Mead Cup.
Whatever
it's like a Beowulf roofie. All right, Billy, good to see you again.
And we would like to remind you the tickets for the 6 remaining Don't Be a Pinhead shows in the fall. Now 85% sold out. We'll see everybody in St. Louis, Chicago, Charlotte, South Florida at the Hard Rock, Phoenix at the Comerica, Vegas, Caesars Palace. Info on BillO'Reilly.com. The show's a blast.